It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Welcome to show number 156. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Oh, and also Periscope. Forget about that. Got the full house here tonight, fortunately. Glad to see everyone. So before we get started, make sure you like, share, comment. And if you want to join us live, just go to comps101.com we'll put you on. You can ask your questions right here live on video. So again, like this, share it with at least 3 people. 3 people you know. 3 people you know. Where we at? 3 people you know. And let's make this a successful, entertaining, but more value add 3 hours. So over to you, Adrian.
3 hours? What? No. I do it.
Mike.
Oh, I'm talking into the man. Hey, Rennie, how you doing tonight?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I'm well. So as Ty said, thank you all for joining us tonight. This is the place where you ask those questions in regards to wholesaling real estate with little to no cash or credit. You ask, I read the questions, and Ty or the beautiful Miss Renikia will answer your questions. I'm actually still loading up a bit here.
So I can, I'll dive
have
in.
to go ahead and go.
Yeah,
with
she's
it.
still on her laptop or whatever. So got Ellis Berry in here, Taylor Jones over on TikTok. We got Flip It Baby. Oh, Flip It Babe. B-A-B-E is what? Babe. Okay, Flip It Babe. I don't know what they say on Instagram. I can't see that far. We got nobody's announcing where they're from. Please announce where you're from. That would help us out greatly. Again, you can like, share this, and make sure you comment. So I think Age is ready to rock.
I'm good. So, hey, Morton, Mr. Spank Nitty. You already said Ellis Off-Roader. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, you ain't been here in 2 weeks. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I know I ain't been here before then. Thanks for calling me. I appreciate that, boss. Okay, Maureen, Maylu, that's who I see you, Deshante, and Everyday Hustle. Thank you all for joining us. And I see DC, Tampa, Florida, Charleston, South Carolina, live from NOLA. I hope you're okay down there. So any of our Louisiana and Texas subscribers or listeners that's joining us, wishing you peace and blessings and hope everything is okay for you and your family there. Ozazi from Baltimore. But let's go ahead and jump right into this thing. Morton Walters, you're first up. Please give me a list of 3 things, uno, dos, tres, I need to succeed in this business on a $600 budget, needing to get my first deal off the ground. So top 3 things he needs to do with $600 in the pocket.
That's good. I think Ty has a great breakdown of how to create that marketing campaign with a couple $100. I would just, kind of say my 3 things, and I know Ty can have a thorough breakdown, but definitely, I would say bandit signs. I would say, get you some bandit signs. If you're on a tight budget, go back and pick those bandit signs up by Monday. Put those bandit signs out on a weekly basis. To me, I think the text to flip scenario strategy is a very lucrative strategy in today's time, since everyone doesn't always check their emails, but text messages is something that everyone's just going to check. So I think buying into that service as well, and maybe doing some driving for dollars, just putting some gas in your car and just going out to different areas that you see are being gentrified, or areas that you see a lot of activity in, so you can begin to write down those addresses and contact those homeowners directly.
All right, Ty. 6 big ones. What we doing with them?
$600. That's a pretty good start. You could do one or a combination of things. You can do a text messaging campaign that'll cover that for sure, or you could do bandit signs. Either one of those with that amount of money, you should be able to generate a first deal out of it. That's it.
That's it. That's what you got. All right. So I see you guys on TikTok, Miss Galindo, Anissa, Joseph, Claren, and Lady Divine. Finish that question up, Lady Divine. I'm not sure what the end part of that is. Baddipreneur says, I text to Flip, is Las Vegas a good area? So Vegas.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Easy answer. Easy. See, senora. Okay, so Miss Tam Brown brings greetings to everyone, but her question is, can you explain to me how many contracts do you use for one deal? One deal, how many contracts?
Each wholesale contract should have a minimum of 2 contracts. So you're going to have the original purchase and sales agreement, which we call the AB contract. And that's the contract between the original homeowner who's selling you the property and yourself. And then you're going to have a second contract that can also be a purchase and sales agreement between you and your end buyer who's going to buy the property from you. That contract can also be an assignable contract as well. So it should be a minimum of 2 contracts per wholesale deal.
All right, thank you, Renikia. Let's see here. Miss Jeanette Logan says, I'm interested in purchasing land in North Carolina. How do I know what a good deal is?
How do I know? Well, land, it starts with, do you have any comps? Normally with land, a lot of times, no.
Okay.
The larger the
I don't think Renikia heard me.
what?
Okay, go ahead.
What is that in the middle?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, okay, yeah. The larger the market, the more activity you may have. When I say market, I mean population. You may have some activity there. If you don't, really the only thing you can go by, just from my understanding of it, is the assessed value by the county or state, and try to get that maybe 50% or less or whatever. It's just a difficult play because a lot of times there's not a lot of comparable sales to compare it to, because that's generally how you value real estate on the residential side of it. So what do you think? She can hear me. Mm-hmm. Oh, she muted. You muted her.
Mm-mm. No, I didn't. She did on her own. They chose to mute themselves.
You mute.
Hold your ear. Yeah, point to your ear.
I'm just going at it. Huh? Can y'all hear me?
No, we couldn't hear nothing.
Okay, let me start over. So I was saying, the true value of land, I mean, what you were stating is that you're not trying to wholesale it. You're trying to purchase land yourself. So if I'm looking to purchase land, I'm going to focus on the evaluation of what can I put on top of the land. Purchasing land is one thing, but the true value of the whole land itself is what it boils down to the dwelling that you're going to put on top of. It's going to be a multifamily, a single family. And, take a look at what's built up around it. If you purchasing land in a subdivision, obviously That's going to be a land for single family. So you're going to run your numbers based on building out a new construction home. So focus on not just the land value itself, but also focus on what exactly are you going to put on the dwelling and run those numbers.
Yeah, I didn't answer the question.
Put on the land.
I was in all over the place talking about wholesaling. She was talking about purchase of land for her own personal use. Yes, you need to determine what your use is going to be, your end game or whatever. So okay, my bad.
Okay.
I'll get it together.
Please do. Eric, I see you. He says Adrian is back. Thank you. Jesus, you were serious. Emmanuel.
So what's he saying? what was the problem with you ain't here?
He missed me. I wasn't here. That's the problem.
Well, I was terrible. Go ahead though.
Are you serious?
Well, it's just best.
You wasn't that bad. I saw you.
Oh,
I listened.
Oh, okay.
Ty did a great job. Exactly. I mean, it's a flow with you, Adrian. So
thank you.
We appreciate that natural flow.
My brain is just fried after this. It already is fried by this point in the day. Or whatever. Right. When I have to do it all, it just be like I need to leave my car up here at the office here and get me an Uber home or something.
I
lay down in the back seat, and I ain't even got that far to go.
All right. Hey, Richard, okay, Leo, Morden, and Carol. Thank you all for joining us. Mr. Shaft 21 has a quick question. What's the best list stack for vacants? Best way to find vacants.
Well, he's talking about list stack. Vacant is one of your criteria. Then you may do free and clear. Then you may do own for at least 5 years. Gotcha. Obviously, single family residence. Off market, meaning it's not listed with only MLS. You could go out of state. I'm talking in terms of using regulated prop stream or whatever. You can do out of county if you wanted to, where the owner doesn't live in the county or whatever. Not so much, not in the state, but it just outside the county or whatever. So and absentee, So. But you can go so many different directions with that, man. Just so many different directions with that. So.
Okay. So hopefully that answered your question there. So Maureen says, should I call the title company after I have a seller or after I have both the seller and buyer? And what do I say to the title company that I have a wholesale deal that needs closing? Please help with this.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a really great question. Huh?
So when are we calling the title company? Or are we calling the title company?
No, I think that's a great question. If you can actually contact the title company and start your title work once you close. Once you put your property under contract, if you like. However, I don't recommend that as best practice because you're accumulating title fees and things of that nature before you really have a solid deal and someone to buy it from you. So, best practice, the way that I like to do it is wait until I have my end buyer together and I send both of those contracts. And what you would do, contact the title company, send both of those contracts to them and let them know that you're looking to close your investment property or close your deal. They'll know exactly what you need to do. You're not closing a wholesale deal. You're closing your deal. You're flipping out a property. That's exactly what we do. Is flip out properties to our end buyers. So you'll just contact them, send them the 2 contracts and let them know that you're looking to close.
Okay. Any input, sir? Focus. Yep. So Navarre on TikTok says they've sent out 500 texts with no bites. Should I look in other areas? Let me scroll, see if I can get any other information. She said I'm not sure, said they thought about that today. Really no other information. So I'm sure she's meaning she did a text blast. 500 people, no response. What could be going on?
Well, now, number one, how did they all 500 of them go out at one time? Did you use like a text to flip platform?
I use text to flip in Las Vegas.
Okay. All right. So when you say no, so nobody responded, period, or you mean you just didn't get anything out of that batch? Again, if you want to join and ask your questions live, people don't want to do that no more. Join you and ask your questions live. You can go to Comps 101 and you can ask the questions on video, on screen here, these different platforms with Renika and I. But so you got to answer those questions for me first, darling.
That was for Battypreneur. And it's comps101.com to join live.
COMPS 101.com.
Okay. Let's see here. My screen keeps, and I put that there in the comments for anyone that wanted to know. Let me see if she actually added any information. She said most want the MLS price, so she is getting responses, just not wholesale deals.
Oh, well, that's normal. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That's normal. She say tell you that's normal. So 500 is a good start. You're going to get responses, and a lot of it's going to be follow-up or whatever, but people are going to normally want more than what going to work for you for a wholesale deal. Now, you make a transition some of those into some owner financing opportunities where they'll act as the bank per se or whatever, but if they're responding, you're getting prices, that's all you really can do. There's no magic wand or anything or whatever, so send some more.
Okay. Someone on TikTok says, can you go live? Have you gone live with Kong before?
Yeah, we've done it a couple times. We did it on Instagram maybe about a month ago.
Okay, there you go, my K33. Next question, still taking it from TikTok, is going to be, should you buy a house without having an appraisal made on it first? So I guess, what do you mean buy? Personal use, retail, wholesaling, would that matter?
Yeah, we would need to know. You either you would need to have a be experienced or very comfortable in your numbers, or you can hire a professional to assist you with that. But it'd be ideal to know what your end game is on that. Are you buying it again for personal use or for investment purposes, whether it's a flip or it's a buy and hold, because that'll change on how you will buy. And obviously, you want to get the best deal you can, but I'm just saying. What do you think, Renee?
No, I totally agree. I mean, the name of this game is really really knowing your numbers. So the best way to know your numbers is, you know, getting something like that, or appraiser or something, or finding a really great realtor who can really pull you comps. But you know, honestly, I wouldn't approach a deal that I would take on without knowing 100% of my numbers, or without knowing my numbers thoroughly, like getting an appraiser or getting, you know, multiple BPOs or something like that. If that's something I'm going to take on in my portfolio, knowing your numbers is the most important piece of the puzzle. Because if any of your numbers off, your whole deal is off. So, yeah.
All right. So first up for our live question is my man. Yeah, I see you smile. I love doing that before y'all even get on. He's from Milwaukee. So we have World of Hearts. How you doing tonight?
How you guys doing? Doing? Well, I'm in Atlanta now, but yeah.
Okay.
I got people in Milwaukee. I'm from Milwaukee, but no, I called because you know, I'm working on a deal right now, and the guy won like $500, a little over $500 earners money. I know it's a good deal. I'm saying, is it tactics to get around that, like creative tactics that I could get around that, or JV with a person to get around the earners money so I could, you know, get the deal? Because I know it's a good deal.
How did you find the deal?
I actually called a absentee owner list, and he actually didn't want to sell the house that I called him about, but he had 2 other properties that he has. So it's not just one property, but it's another one, 2 that he want to get rid of. But I know the one, and I just talked him down on one after I went and seen it today. So I know it's a good deal, but I need, you know, probably JV with somebody, or try to figure out a strategy to get around that. Is there one?
You know,
I was going to ask him, what are your numbers? How do you know it's a good deal? What makes it a good deal?
Because when I went in, I looked up the area, looking at the Zillow, did the comps on it. It was $180,000 house ARV, and then what he was asking for was 75. I end up, I know I could get it for like 60, 67. And I thought that was a good deal, 67. Now it needs about $40,000 in work though.
175,000 value.
Yeah. So I know it's a good deal. I was just trying to figure out like what strategies can I use to get the earnest money or try to get around that to that sense.
So I mean, he want $500 earnest money. You could, what I like to do. I mean, if you're not dealing with another wholesaler, you're dealing with a homeowner. Try to stretch out that due diligence period as much as possible. If he can give you a 7-day or a 10-day, I really don't like changing earnest money until after my due diligence period either about to end or the day after the due diligence period have ended. Because it just makes sense. There's no need for me to give you earnest money before we have a solid deal, because the deal doesn't become really hard until after the due diligence period. So, if you can stretch out that due diligence period, give you a little bit time to go out there and find an end buyer really quickly, have them to put up the earnest money. So that's one of the ways, have them to escrow the earnest money with the attorney. So that's one of the ways. If you are co-brokering, maybe you all go half on it, $250 each, or just ask them to do something cheaper than $500 unless he's very adamant about it.
It's a good deal because he said he got burnt a couple of times. Guys held his houses up, and so he's been burnt a couple of times by wholesalers. So he really adamant about knowing that a person's serious about the house. So and this was some of his other properties. So but that's good advice though. I guess I'll try that. I'll try to stretch out the due diligence period.
But if you know it's a good deal, it's pay to play. You know that there is a nice healthy check that can come behind that. Once you do put that money up and that vests your $500 earnings money into your deal. If you know that you can get that property sold, it's a risk that we all take. But when you have some type of confidence to be able to move that, then that risk could be, the overall risk could be decreased by your ability to be able to move the property quicker.
Right. And I know it's a high, a lot of buyers is in that area. So
then send that to me. I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
if you want to lock it down, I don't know if you want to lock it down first.
Yeah, I want to lock it. I know, because I know.
Atlanta is. I don't want to go around nobody.
I know. But I'll try to work with you, Nikki. I'll try now. I'm going to send you something.
Okay, let me know what you have. You got a good deal.
All right.
All right. Thank you. You have a good night.
All right. You too.
And my man's in the back there. I said, hey.
She said, hey, X-Man.
Hey.
Oh, okay. That's coffee. Okay.
All right.
What's up?
All right, guys.
He joined us live online. You can do the same by simply going to comps101.com, clicking the red button.
Yeah, that was a really good question, because Carl M here says, I just went through that scenario and I told the seller I'll deposit the earnest money upon inspection. So guys, that's a good trick. Extend the due diligence in that time frame. If it is truly a good deal, you have your end buyer put up the earnest money, and it's a wash either way. And you would even ask your end buyer for $1,000.
Yeah.
So you still
and pocket the $5.
Pocket the $5. So there's ways around it. Just got to get real creative. This whole thing is creative in itself. So yeah. Now let's go to Instagram. We have several questions here. Ludwig asks, can I use the Flipman contract for seller and buyer? We kind of answered that maybe 3 questions back. So hopefully you got that. Yes, the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Now, Forever Blessed 555 wants to know, how do I find the equity of a house before I put it under contract? So, yeah. How do we do that, Rennie?
I I kind of understand what you're saying. How do you find the equity of the property? The equity is in the numbers. It's in the value of the property. So as long as you know three things when you're looking at these, evaluating these properties for either wholesale deal or fix and flip, run your equation every time. Run the 70% rule every time. So the equity is in the numbers. So if you can pick up the property, we can take the property the gentleman was just talking about. He said he could pick it up for simple terms, $70,000. He said it's worth 180. He needs to put 40,000 into it, where he's all in at 110. It's worth 180. That means the equity in that play is about $70,000. Okay. So you find the equity by running your numbers.
Okay. Now, Denasia, sticking with Instagram, if a house is in need of possible demolition, would that be a good deal since it may cost around the same amount as the ARV to repair it? I couldn't find any real comps, and the ARV is 20 to 65. Well, that's a pretty broad spread for an ARV. It needs to be a little bit closer than that. But so you got a property that needs to be demolished straight down to the ground. It's worth 65. It's going to take 65. No, it's going to take more than that. So what do you do in that situation?
I mean, the deal is in the numbers. If the numbers makes, it's all about the numbers. If the numbers make sense, it's a good deal. If the numbers doesn't make sense, it's not. But in a case like this, $65,000 all in, it's probably not a good retail deal or fix and flip deal, but it could be a really good buy and hold deal. I think those numbers between 30 to 75,000 are really good buy and hold numbers. Allow you to have a pretty good high return on your money when you purchase within that. But that may not be a good fix and flip deal, but I think you should approach that as maybe more of an investor who's looking for, a buy and hold deal or something of that nature. But if the numbers make sense, it makes sense. If the numbers doesn't make sense, it don't make sense. If it's going to cost you $65,000 to build it out and it's worth $65,000, there's no equity in that property. Therefore, a fix and flip would not be the solution. It would be more of a buy and hold.
Okay. Fresh start. You said this is your first time on. Awesome. And thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button and join us every week, every Thursday, 6:30, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're here where you can ask those questions. Now, you can go to comps101.com and join us live. Show your face. I can see you. Put yourself out on there, because John Mike, I see that you joined, but I can't see you quite yet. And you can ask your question live. So the next question, this is for you, Ty. Pulling cash buyers on PropStream, which is aka Dillardcom, guys, which I highly suggest each and every one of you go to Dillardcom and check that service out. But what columns do we use to know that they are cash buyers? So he's using Dillardcom to search for buyers.
When he says what columns, I'm not sure what he means.
Is there a breakdown or a value or detail that you select?
Yeah, whenever you go into filters, it'll be under your quick list. It'll say cash buyers. It'll have vacants there, pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, auctions, free and clear, high equity. What else? There's lots of stuff. So then you just select cash buyers. Now it also has a option there for flippers. And basically what it does is that it searches for people that paid cash for a property, and within a certain time frame, they put it right back on the market. So it sort of like digs into that. But you really want to do a list of both, because some of the cash buyers are not actually investors. So you'll have to weed those out or whatever. A lot of times when you look at a cash transaction, you'll just look and see if they're living there or whatever. So you may pull a list of, I don't know, if you do a certain zip code, you may pull 150 cash buyers. Only maybe 5 of those are actually investors, but that's a lot. You know what I'm saying, for one zip code. But you can filter it all out, and you still have to do some additional due diligence on it, just to make sure they're just not someone that had cash to pay for a house that they were living in, that they're going to live or living in. So, but you do have that flippers option also.
Okay. And again, guys, that's Dillardcom. It's aka PropStream, but it's a service that you can subscribe to. There's a monthly subscription fee, but it's an awesome service that is also available through the App Store that gives you just that extra edge on your wholesaling business. Gives you some great detailed information when you guys are trying to calculate those comps. You can most definitely use that service. I see that.
Okay.
Okay, Maylu and D Wood, I would love to add you to our live stream, but you just have your screenshot picture up there or your profile pic. I don't see you. Yeah, activate your video. I don't see you live yet. When I do, I'll bring you on. Now,
Maylu just did it.
Maylu did it. All right, let's see here.
Maylu.
Maylu, that's who.
That's who.
That's who. Hey, how are you doing tonight?
Right
I can't hear you.
Can't see you either. Oh, face the light.
There we go.
Face the light. Face the light.
Come on,
hello, hi.
Face the light. Face some light.
There we go.
There you go.
Let that light shine.
Hi, how are you?
We're well.
We're good.
What's your question tonight?
My question was, what is a good thing to use for like skip tracing and finding the homeowner's contact information? Because I've tried different ones, but most of the information is incorrect or not working, out of service.
Well, you've been using free services or paid?
Most of them been free, and then one was like through like the Demolition app. But most of the contact information was incorrect.
Well, you're in the right place. Thank my sister for calling in and setting me up. but I'm an affiliate of this service. But you can just YouTube search Flipman skip to flip.
Okay.
Skip.
And they have good skip tracing on there?
Yeah, it's good. Now, just understand, whenever you're doing skip trade, you're spending between 15 cents to 50 cents, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say probably about 70 to 80% accurate, but that's high, right?
Okay, yeah.
And you're only spending pennies, really. So, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay.
So just do Flipman skip to flip. We'll watch that video, cool. And you will thank me later.
All right, cool. Thank you. I've been watching most of your videos, so I just
you was on earlier on the you were on the comp show earlier. We comped out. How much you getting that property for that we did? We said
I have it 140. I have it under contract actually. Yes, sir.
So how long you had on the contract?
I just got it signed Thursday of last week. So today makes a week. I just haven't found a buyer yet. But the thing is, it was previously used as a daycare. It is zoned as a transition, so it can be used as residential or commercial. And I think that's probably what's scaring everybody. They don't want to really deal with it.
What's around it? Are other houses around it?
They have a couple houses, but they also have like a trophy shop, and then they have like another daycare further down. So that's probably what's kind of scaring people. So there's homes also, and there's businesses. And that is a busy street. Y'all kept asking earlier. I was trying to type it in, but I wasn't moving fast enough. But that is a busy street.
Yeah, that'll take away from it. Okay.
What's the comp?
Most of the comps in the area, like the lowest one, like earlier, it was like they were selling me like 310. But I think if you have to take off for like the busy streets and things like that, and then like the fact that
we have to adjust, but that still should be a pretty decent. Did you send it to me later?
I'm sorry.
Did you send it through my deal later on the 50/50 stuff for a buyer?
Yes, sir. I did. I have deal you later. I have the prop stream.
No. I'm saying, I help you with cash buyers. I'm saying you didn't send it through the site. So for me to evaluate.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. No.
Where's it located?
Just say no
it's
time.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm just respectful.
No, I'm sorry. But okay, so send it through the site. Just go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman 50/50.
50-50. Okay.
You run
Yes,
your
sir.
rehab numbers?
It's about 40,000 in rehab. I had a contractor come and check it out, and they said probably about 40,000 in rehab. So even with that, it's still a pretty good deal.
Okay.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, send it through there, and I'll reach out to you.
Yes. Okay. Sure. Thank you so much. I was about to say it again.
Southern
All right.
down.
All right, thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
Maylu. All right, so guys, if you heard it or didn't hear it, we'll repeat it. 5050.deals.
No, you just go to Dillardcom.
Okay, well, just go to Dillardcom. And that's specifically for B. Scott. Hey, Flipman, I got a strip mall that a mom and pop owner wants to sell. Can we JV on it? They want 1.5 mil, but I know she will come down to get rid of it. She rents one for 11 and the other for 800. Only 2 of 7 spaces.
That's only 29. What is that? What did he say?
Currently rented.
1,100 and what?
800.
It's 11,000.
Yeah, no, that's 1,100.
That must be in a single family home.
Yeah.
and 900. That's 19. That's what you say?
Yeah.
That's $2,000. And they want
I'm
1.5
assuming that there's vacancies.
Yes. She needs to come way down.
Yeah.
Wait now. She barely getting cash.
1,000. She needs to be 1,000 years old because she needs to come way down off that 1.5.
Absolutely.
$2,000 a month. I'm talking about like 150,000, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just way
right. 5
out of
million.
150,000 off the 1.5 million. I mean, like the price is 150.
Right, exactly.
So we're long there.
Well, I'm assuming it's vacant. I'm assuming there's some vacancies.
Yeah. So it just depends on what's around it or whatever. So
where is it?
Yeah, where is it?
Doesn't say. Doesn't say. I've looked there. Okay, so Jody Breeze says, Flipman, I'm in College Park, Georgia, and I am trying to find out if Dillardcom is a better app to use than connected to investor app Pin V4.
Yes.
Need some help with you
getting
the right one.
You ask a McDonald's, is Whopper better than the Big Mac? Huh? No. Yeah. No. You ask a McDonald's, is our nuggets better than Burger King nuggets? No. Hell no.
Now you got stop it. Hey Shayla. Shayla's coming on. How you doing?
I just wanted to say hi, and I'm so grateful to Flipman for sending me the program. I did my 50 duet.
You did your 50.
Oh wow.
I did. And he sent me the program. My husband tired of hearing your voice in my bedroom.
Hey, tell me, hey. When them checks start cash, he gonna ask me. Well, I ain't gonna say it, but y'all gonna be good.
When that money start coming through, like, what I got started?
Yeah.
Exactly. He listened a little bit. He's like, you listening to that Flipman again? I'm like, yep, sure am.
Exactly.
Did you have a question?
I just wanted to say hi, guys. No, I don't have any questions. I just wanted to say hi, checking in. That's it.
Okay, that's what's up. Thank you very, very much. Great job.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All righty.
Hey guys, that's proof in the pudding. So I said do the 50 TikToks. You get the program for free. That was some great content, added bonus, added service, and Miss Shayla did it, and she got her program. Love it.
We don't do nothing. We do a lot of free here. I was about to say we don't do nothing but free. No, I can't say that. We do a lot of free. We do more free than paying. Let me just say that. More free than paying. Free man. Change it from flip man to free man.
Okay, so the Smith Financial Relief Group has something to say about he said prop stream, but hey guys, Dillardcom got me my first deal, and that was with the free trial. So he used the 5-day free trial and got a deal off that.
Oh my God! Tell more.
I hope you actually subscribe to it and added it to your.
Hey, tell more.
Money. So let's see here. Denasia says, I can't find the name of the owner. Ooh, they added up so quick. I can't find the name of the owner of this address on my citizen access page. How can I skip trace without it?
So you can't identify who owns the property is what you're saying? Denasia, just come on online. Go to comps101.com so we can question you live online, darling. Go there and hey, we can answer all your questions. You see, but anyway, still follow up. You're not pulling any information?
Okay. So the SFRG, which is the Smith Financial Relief Group, said I did subscribe ASAP after that. Yeah.
Well, how much did you make, man? How much did you make?
Okay. Smith,
you need to come on live
come
too.
On live. Come on live.
You need to come on live.
Bring you on.
How much did you make? I can give you my cash app. I need to get that, put that out there. Would that be that'd be what's the word I'm looking for? Thirsty. Would that be thirsty?
But be honest with you, people be ready to cash app you though.
Yeah, I know. I've had people that ask me. I say, nah, it ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying?
Put in the bios. Put in the bios.
Well, it's the same thing as everything else is. I don't have to say it, do I? Ask Flipman.
Are you still doing the 50 TikTok?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So there you have it. Somebody was asking, how do we get the program? What program are you speaking of? And did you say 50 TikToks?
Well, it's 50 TikTok duets. If you not familiar with TikTok, just text me and I'll send you a video that explains exactly what to do. Like my girl Shayla did. She did a great job at it or whatever. So that's all you have to do is just text me 205-492-3425 and I'll send you the instructional video on how you can get the courses free. And what you're getting the wholesaling houses and the wholesaling apartment courses. Now, it doesn't come with any coaching or anything, but, it's still worth, spending an hour or two to get that. And what it'll do is it just, the videos on YouTube tell you everything you need to know. There's no question about that, but they're not in any certain order. So especially with someone, somebody, I forgot who helped me to this. They tell me what you have to understand is some people, number one, they're trying to learn that process of real estate, but they're also for the first time trying to run a business because this is a business. So you're taking on two challenges at the same time. Because I can just tell from someone that I ain't noticed until it was brought to my attention, just from the questions sometimes I get, and I'm just like, you know that, but I've always tried to do business, even though I wasn't successful at a lot of stuff before I got into real estate. But I've always knew you had to do this, you had to do this, you had to do this if you're going to try to start an opportunity or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't know that, but I've been knowing this since my early 20s and I'm 50. So, whatever.
All right. Let's see here. Linretha, Miss Primes. Yeah. I see that you're trying to join, but as soon as you activate your video, I will bring you on. Thank you for even going to Comps 101. Now the Isaiah Navarre is, hey, he's been on for the last few weeks.
Fresh air brown.
Says, hey Ty, I've been text blasting like crazy and haven't had any luck scoring a deal. Have you ever successfully wholesaled on an market property? Jerry Norton, I don't know who that is, has mentioned that a few times.
You mean a property that's listed?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it before. It's not my thing, but I've done it before. You have to know what you're doing to do that. You really need to know what you're doing. I don't recommend it for newbies because you'll get in it. So I try to give you methods that discourage you from quitting, right? A lot of times people don't listen, but nothing I can do about that or whatever. So if you go down some of these rabbit holes, you know that don't work. Well, right. It works. You didn't have no business trying to do it that way, right? You need a little bit more experience. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the nuances. That's the right word.
Yeah.
Dealing with a real estate agent. You feel me?
Feel you.
Right?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's doable, but you got to understand that your end buyer is most likely some type of investor, a savvy investor who does their due diligence. And MLS is public records. And when they do their due diligence and that house comes up cheaper than what you're trying to sell it for, it just makes everything convoluted. So it's easier to not do it, or if you do it, you try to get it in the contract lesser than the list price. So, and then you market it out there at the list price. So if you get it $10,000-$15,000 below the list price, then you can market it at list price. So it seems like you're on the same page as the person who's listing the listing. So it doesn't seem like you're trying to get over on anyone if they do Google the listing, but it's a few more moving parts to trying to sell a listed property, or wholesale a listed property.
Summer finished the TikToks too. Summer Jenkins.
I think I've taken care of. Have I taken care of you, Summer?
Yeah, she just mentioned we were talking about There's somebody else who finished the TikTok duets. Now, answer these questions. Flipman.
Hey, whoa, let me. While we on that, because I hate when people do this. I finished it, and then you ain't gave me my court. You didn't contact me. I'm just not going to automatically know that. And I think I put in instructions. Reach out to me. My phone number. I think me her good. Reach out to me. My phone number is everywhere. I hate when somebody say, "I tried to you didn't try to contact me." I'm reachable. I ain't perfect. I miss some stuff, but for the most part, I'm responding to text message. If you call me, now I'm human. I got a lot of stuff going on in my family and relationships and stuff too now. So, but in most cases, I'm going to send you back to the video because I can just tell from your question you ain't watching none, and that's fine. Ain't no big. I put myself out there like that, but I'm just saying I ain't hard to reach at the point.
And she got her video.
I know she got her video.
Said, yes, he has. I have all of and I talked to him. So some of you that got me in trouble. God.
He said, check out.
I'm leaving. Okay, so yes, to answer your question, Robert Jones, Flipman does coach his students. You would just need to contact him for that. And Janice Morton, yes, you can still do the 50 TikTok duets for the program if that's what you would like to do. Kenneth, the number, Ty's number is placated across
205-492-3425. I've had that number. I'm gonna call the company and ask them. I believe I had it since maybe about 2004, something like that.
A long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
A long time.
You know you're in business when your number been the same that long.
Oh, I might never say that number. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. You ain't hiding from nobody. I like to do business with people with the same number. Yeah. People start hiding from their customers and clients.
Yeah.
I ain't switching my number but to keep people to stop from calling me. I just ain't gonna answer them.
Right.
I can't remember.
I'm gonna call them and ask them.
And Robert Jones, the shirt that Flipman has on is available. He wants to know well.
Well, you could go if you're on in my YouTube videos. It should be below the videos, right? That's one place. Or you can go to the FOB. That's Fear of Being Broke. TheFobb.com, and you should be able to access them there also.
All right, cool beans, cool. Thank you. Guys.
I don't push that hard enough. We got a lot of stuff we need to do. I don't push that hard enough because people are always asking. I don't be tripping about it.
I'm just.
I ain't saying I got it going on like that. I just don't like to try to just hey. You know what I'm saying?
You don't bombard them with stuff.
Yeah.
I got you. And just another tidbit about going to Dillardcom. Byron Scott also got his first deal off the free trial and the batch leads. $1, 500 free text messages made, 6,000, and sent Flipman a copy of the check last Friday.
Sure did, didn't it?
Sure
that's
did.
what you get Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Off
Oh,
the
that's what.
free
They
truck.
I got a $30,000 check coming or something like
Don't
that.
tell me all that man business.
Oh, they might not want nobody.
You might not want nobody. No, we got this.
You're right about that. I'm so sorry. Will you ever forgive me?
Yeah, but his checks out there. Don't put that man checks.
Will you ever forgive? I'm sorry, man. I don't dog
Got
like
another one coming.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. I'm broke to the ground.
Okay.
Cash out me. I'm broke. Cash out. I need it.
That's what somebody said.
Oh, I'll do it.
A little something. Now, Jessica, we are talking about checks, which is an awesome problem to have and an awesome thing. Wants to know when we get these checks, how much do we tax ourselves? Like my company is New Jersey and every state is different. And can you please give us examples? No. Contact the CPA, tax advisors. That way you'll be directed and you're handling it properly. We wouldn't want to be on record giving any ill advice, not intentionally, naturally, but that would be something that you would just want to contact a tax professional about. And that is a good problem to have. Absolutely good problem to have. Let's see here. Next question we have
get some money,
is
Hey,
don't you have a dollar sign or something? Don't it supposed to be a dollar?
Oh, I got it wrong, don't I?
Yeah.
First of all, I need to get this sign. I need to get your handles. Absolutely. I don't even have Cash App, but I know all of them start with a dollar sign.
They all start with a dollar sign.
I just set it up. I just set it up last week. Hey, you got it right. I might send you a piece of that. Okay.
I got no money for that.
Now, says, do you need to add a real estate agent on the contract when they send you a wholesale deal? So if an agent provides you with the deal, are they included on that contract?
Hell yeah.
It's not like, I think it's something where you can probably add it to the special stipulations. It's not like the GAR form where they actually have a signature area for the realtor. Most wholesale contracts don't. So it could be just one of those situations where you can kind of add it in the stipulations, letting both parties know that that money is due by whatever party. If the buyers confirm that he's gonna or she's going to pay for that 3% or whatever that the monies will be to the realtor, y'all add that. You just put that into the special stipulations. So.
Yeah, tell them what GAR means, by the way.
Oh, GAR is the realtor contract.
For Georgia.
MLS realtor contract.
For Georgia.
Is it?
Yeah, for Georgia.
Yeah. It's not GAR for everybody?
No.
Yes, it is GAR for us, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. But no, that's their realtor contract. So most realtor contracts comes with a area where the realtor signs off and put their signature on it. But most wholesale contracts or off-market contracts don't have that signature area. So you can probably add it in the special stipulations.
Okay. And Reese Tate, Facebook listener, says, as being a previous realtor, it's not complicated to work with realtors, especially if the property has not moved, like if it's just been sitting there. I'm an investor and mentor as well. I've worked with plenty of other realtors and they handed me their contracted properties with the seller's permission, of course. So it's ways around it.
No. She's right. But see, a newbie will go in there and they ain't taking in consideration the realtors involved. We'll just explain it.
What did you say?
She's an agent and she's basically saying she's done deals with other agents, not that difficult. Yeah, you have to know how to talk the lingo and how to deal with them. Most newbies don't. You know what I'm saying? They'll go in there with a $10 earnest money deposit. Strike.
Right.
They don't want to use my one-page contract. Strike. They're going to try to tell them and ask them about wholesaling. Another strike. You know, you can't go in there like that or whatever.
And I don't think the realtor is the issue. It's more of the buyer. It's the end buyer that can Google the property and see that it's listed out there at a different price. So, I mean, dealing with the real estate agents is not the difficult part per se. I think it's just negotiating the actual deal itself with all parties is the difficult part.
Well, with the buyer, I guess to elaborate on what you're saying is that a lot of times, even when you put something on a contract, that delay between it coming off MLS, a lot of times it doesn't come off MLS. Then that's where it can get great. So you have to have the right type of buyer. That hey, I see it out there, but you got it at this. Okay, so they may have it out there 150, but you got it at we'll just say 90, and then you put it back out there at 120. So yeah, it is less than what's showing online. You can find the right type of buyer for that. But what I was talking about with real estate agents, a lot of agents not even going to listen to a newbie wholesaler because they're not going to talk the talk to get to the agent's attention because they're going to approve of funds and they're going to want their earnest money, right?
Right.
If you don't,
most agents don't want to deal with a wholesaler.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you don't even want to explain to them that you're a wholesaler. You don't even want to, that's what I'm saying. You don't even want to approach them that you're wholesaling. I am a cash buyer. I close in 2 to 4 weeks. I pay all closing costs minus any unpaid taxes, mortgages, or liens. I buy as is, and I'll pay you your 3%, which is the main thing, right? So I should have said that first or whatever. Right. So so that, but a newbie is not going to know that, So that's why I try to stray them away from dealing with agents.
And that would be awesome to tie into I Am Dimple Star, who is on TikTok and wanted to know, what do you do if and when you go to the meeting and the agent needs proof of funds? How do you approach the next step? So that's one of those things that you're going to have possibly when dealing with the agent, is you got to have that money. So what would you do then? Well,
there's services out there that offer it, which I'm affiliated with one, realpof.com. I don't promote it that much, but there's services out there that offer proof of funds. So, that's a pretty simple. It's going to cost you something, but a few $100 or whatever in most cases. Or you can get a pre-approval, but that means you're going to have to have some money normally, because even with y'all, Nikia, you're not going to go down that rabbit hole if they can't show they can put up their 10%. And
right. They still got to, they got to do the app fee, which is going to cost you some money. So it's about the same, a couple $100.
Yeah. So anyway, but there's services out there that'll get you approved funds. But then when even
relationship, it's about building relationships too. I can give it proof of funds, but it's about building relationships though.
Yeah. So then the earnest money, which you can negotiate that, like you said, after the due diligence period. Some won't, some will. I'm not gonna say most won't, most will. Enough will. In this situation, some won't, some will. So or whatever.
Whoa, Rennie, let's run that back though. We were talking about POF funds in your company, your services. What was that? Huh? So
no, I mean that does come with the territory. I mean, we definitely provide proof of funds, or just a term letter or a term sheet or pre-approval letter, letting whatever parties know that they are approved for funding. But I don't try to get that out just to anybody. I mean, I want you to be engaged with us as a client. But depending on the level of engagement, I don't mind creating proof of funds for you.
Okay, so I guess my thing is, what other services for our wholesalers does your company provide that could benefit them in their wholesaling or buy and hold or fix and flip, however they're choosing to invest in real estate?
Absolutely. So I guess you setting me up on this one. So no, this is great. So what we like to do is just specialize in creative financing. At the end of the day, we do teach on how to buy and sell real estate with little to any money, and everyone is doing it across the nation with the wholesale strategy. But it gets to a time where you may want to put more money into your marketing, put more money into just taking your real estate game to the next level, doing some fix and flip, wanting to do build residual income with buying whole properties. But we specialize in all those creative financing options. One of them being helping you receive up to $150,000 of unsecured credit, so you are able to offset some of the expenses of, just building your real estate business. And if you are interested in any of those services, you can go to findmynextdeal.com.
All right, guys, there you have it, fundmynextdeal.com. And you can reach Renikia across all social media platforms. First name Renikia, last name Williams. Let's see here. So, Brooks Family Investors, thank you for joining us this evening. And Katrina Redding wants to know, do you have any videos on how to do the deals with the realtors and what to say the lingo? Is there such video?
Yeah, I have the old format of the Flippinar. I have a video on that.
All right, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Royal Gigi wants to know about repairs. You've talked about it before. Like there's a simple format that you give. Is it correct to determine the repairs by multiplying the square foot by $20 to $30 for a full repair? I'm not sure. I've seen and heard of different scenarios. I want to be correct. So what is that? The numbers that you use?
Well, I got this from a guy. I don't remember who. I got it in my notes on my phone or whatever, but it makes sense to me, and it's sort of how I figured it out anyway without knowing I was doing it that way. But if it's livable, $25 a square foot per square foot, and if it's not livable, $40. Obviously, that'll go up or down depending on the type of neighborhood or whatever, or how detailed the repair you get in the foundations and all that stuff, or fire or whatever. Those numbers will go up. But generally speaking, livable, $25 per square foot, not livable, $40 per square foot. Another way of doing it, got this from when I was interviewing Miles, the investor he was dealing with. He said he calls it the 4 7s, just as a starting point as far as repairs. Your 4 7s are going to be heating and air, electrical, plumbing, and roofing. So that's $7,000 each, or whatever, maybe a little more in some market, a little less, but just using that. So if you know all of those need to replace, so that's $28,000, round up to $30,000 just off the top. You know it needs that. So that didn't even get into windows, flooring, redoing bathrooms and kitchens or whatever also. So.
All right, guys, you still have time to go to comps101.com to join us live before we close out this evening. Please go ahead and go do so. We have no one holding on the line right now. So next question is from L. Joseph. Do you cold call sellers? If not, any recommendations? Because cold calling isn't really my lane. So how do you get over that hump, that hurdle, or do you just avoid it if it's not your thing?
Well, you want to?
I can start it off. Cold call is not for everybody. I don't like cold call. I don't like calling anyone who's not interested in what I'm talking about. So cold calling is not my thing either. I like warm leads. I like warm leads or hot leads. So just finding, finding ways to connect with more warmer leads and more hot leads. If that's, abandoned signs. I always say this: no one is calling a "We Buy House" sign unless they're trying to buy one or sell one. When you're targeting the absentee list, a lot of times absentee owners are investors. So those are people who are in the real estate business. So I just like to focus more on warm and hot leads versus cold calling.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm horrible at something like that. Couple of no's, I'm ready to go get in my bed in the fetal position or whatever. So, but with that saying though, what you do as a good person that's running a business, you get people that you try to surround yourself with as many people as possible that are smarter than you. It ain't hard for me to do. And they're going to do stuff that you're not either good at or don't have time for, a combination of those. So you can partner with someone. They have VA services out there that'll do cold calling for you, but you at least need to know what you're doing so you can train them the way you want them to be trained or whatever. A lot of them already have experience with, cold calling real estate leads, but you still want to train them to fit how you want to run your operation, how you want to generate your leads. Now, an alternative to that would be text messaging. And the idea that they'll turn into warm leads, as Renikia said, through the text messaging. So you can just do a YouTube search of Flip Just say Flip Man text to Flip. Text the number 2 Flip, all one word.
Okay, so guys, if I do miss your question, it's because in some shape, form, or fashion, we've already answered it and you might have missed it. But PBC Sneakerhead wants to know, what does cash on cash return mean?
Oh. Cash on cash return is a ratio that pretty much gives you the return on your cash. So not necessarily the return on the overall project, but more so the return on just the cash that you put into a deal. So a lot of times, you can put, $20,000 down payment down on the property or on that deal, and you end up getting, say for instance, you end up getting $40,000 in profit. That's you'd have made 100% cash on cash return on your money.
Yeah. I'll just read you the Google definition here and just what she actually said. A cash on cash return is a rate of return often used in real estate transactions that calculates the cash income earned on the cash invested in a property. Put simply, cash on cash return measures the annual return the investor made on the property in relation to the amount of the mortgage paid during the same year.
Google is your friend.
Google is your friend. GIYF.
Gift. It
Yeah.
is a gift. It is. Google is a gift. Google is
Yeah.
your friend.
GYIF.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gift. Yeah.
That's gift.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, so when we're talking about leads, how long does divorce leads take on average to close, and is it quicker than probate deals?
I never honestly closed a divorce lead. I mean, it's one of those scenarios, kind of like a probate deal. I will really approach it like a probate deal. And those deals just take time. It's one of those things that you put your apples in it, but don't put all your apples in one basket where you're waiting on someone to finalize their divorce. You don't know if they're going to recounsel or, get back together, things of that nature. So I just think there's a lot of moving parts with it. But it's one of those things I would approach it just like a probate lead. Every week or every so often, you just reach back out to everyone. Just you make sure everything is flowing and make sure everything is moving forward until you get something solid on the table.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever closed one before. I know I closed one where they were already divorced recently, and she sold me the property cheap just because she knew she got it in the divorce, and she knew he had to put a lot of money into it, and he knew she just wanted to make his life a little bit more miserable outside of them splitting up.
That's what happened.
And she sold it to me really cheap. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. So,
okay. Lakeisha Puckett, make sure you go ahead and activate your video there. Denasia Gaylor, I see you there. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, I'm so happy. I'm sorry.
You had on the mask earlier.
Yeah, I was at work.
Okay.
I was at work. Yeah, I do COVID and stuff. That's why I'm trying to stop. Okay. But yeah, my phone died, so I'm in my car trying to hurry up. Damn.
What's your question?
We see you.
You forgot it.
There you go again.
Her phone going out.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just take her off, but I'm not gonna remove her. So that way when she pops back on and I see her moving, I'll bring her right back up. Okay, so but what we do have is Sean Stallings has a question about on-market properties, and I think we talked about that at the very beginning. But he wants to know if there were any tips on doing on-market properties for wholesaling.
What do you say?
We just talked about that.
When we were talking about what?
The agents.
Dealing with the agents.
Yeah,
that's on-market properties. So
go about 50 minutes into this one. 55 minutes in.
All right. Lakeisha, I see that you're on there now. Hey, good evening. How
There
are
you go.
How you
Mhm.
doing tonight?
Surprise,
Hello.
surprise. Hey, you can't hear us? Or she muted. She's muted.
Oh, I didn't do it. She muted herself. Oh, there she go.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. My son was helping me. I'm not that good with it.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Where are you from and what's your question?
I'm in Hertford, North Carolina. I don't have a question as of yet. I'm just listening, just getting started. I actually got a deal that I have under contract. So right now I'm just trying to find a buyer. So far so good.
Okay, so your numbers make sense. Your numbers say it's a deal.
So far, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how much time?
Congratulations.
Thank you. I've had it, I think maybe about a week now.
Okay. So what are your methods to finding this buyer?
Right now I'm doing Craigslist, Facebook, and I've got a few people here locally that I'm talking to that may know a few buyers.
Okay. Well, that sounds like you're on the right track. Any encouragement, any other ideas of what we can
How
do?
big of a town is? What's the name of the city?
It's Hertford, North Carolina. It's a
Hertford.
small town, yeah. Mhm.
Define small. Spell it.
Oh man.
Spell it. I'll look it up. How spell it?
HERTFORD. I'm actually thinking about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
2,000, well, 2,100 people. So, and it's not, okay, micro certificate Hampton Roads. So it's near Hampton Roads?
Yes.
That sounds right. How big is, well, I
Mhm.
guess Hampton Roads is in Virginia though, right?
Yeah. Way bigger compared to Hertford. Yeah. So I'm thinking about branching towards the Virginia area because of how small we are here.
Okay. So Hampton Roads to Hertford.
Maybe a good hour, depending on where you're coming from.
Oh, that ain't the same area then. Yeah, so your issue is what's your name, baby? Lakeisha. The town is 21.
Yeah.
The town is too small.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. You
Not
go
enough
to,
activity.
is Hampton Roads the largest city to you?
I believe so. I want to say maybe Greenville in North Carolina might be a little larger than what we are, but I've got to look it up.
How close is that? How close is that?
I think that's about an hour and some change also.
Okay, so they're about the same. So Greenville, South Carolina or North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm just a little more familiar with the Hampton Roads area because I've lived there before, so that's why I was going to branch out that way.
Yeah, Greenville, North Carolina is like 93,000 population.
Okay.
And then Hampton, why can't I say that? Hampton Roads.
Hampton Roads.
Hampton Roads is Hampton Roads. Yeah. It's it's over 1 million. It's bigger than Birmingham. It's like 1.6. It's 1.6. Oh yeah, that's where you got to be.
Yeah. It's a numbers game.
That's where you got to be, baby girl. Yeah, but that's why you can't move that property.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard. Yeah.
It's all right, but I'm gonna keep at it though. I can't let it go.
One of the things, I'm not for sure how great the market is there, but a lot of times you have to go out to get some of those big investors in those bigger areas and kind of sell them on those outer skirt areas and those cities on the outskirts who also have lucrative real estate and people that's always renting in those areas. So sometimes you have to go out there and find some bigger fish in the sea in those bigger areas and then try to sell them on those outskirt areas. So
okay, I'm gonna do that. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
No problem. Great seeing you.
All right, guys. So we've been on for our hour plus. We will be back next Thursday. I want to say thank you for each and every one of you that joins us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, whatever form, Facebook, whatever form of social media you join us on. Some of you I see you across multiples. Appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like, love, subscribe, heart. Sign the bell button. Hopefully, quite a few of you guys got your questions answered. As always, Ty continues to answer questions throughout the week. He's available. His number's out there. Go to Dillardcom if you think you have a deal and submit that. We'll do some research on that and get back with you one way or the other and let you know whether it is or whether it isn't. Guys, this is your gateway to wealth. Building generational wealth. Real estate is the way to do it. I can't think of one millionaire, billionaire that hasn't used real estate in some form or fashion to build their empire. This is it. To our listeners that reside in Texas, Louisiana, our prayers are most definitely with you throughout this season that we have, this storm season. In addition to all the other things happening in this country, I need you guys all to stay safe throughout the day, always. Renikia, any parting words for our people?
No, it's just time is now. 2020 is a good year, and I hope we all taking advantage of it. It's gonna be a good year. I hope we all taking advantage of it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Keep in mind, we only got 4 months left in this thing. That's it. And it's out just like we are. See you on the flip side.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash.